we're going to be hot. We're going to be hot in a new way. We're going to redefine what it means to age, because our aging is very different from our mothers and our grandmothers. And let's talk a little bit about why. Well, here's the truth. If you're going to do anything at all, if you're going to be a happy, spunky, strong woman into your 90s, into the millennium, you are going to have your health. You can't do it if the vessel you are in, if the body you are in isn't healthy. And we have choices in healthcare today that didn't exist decades ago. That's why we have this hospital with all its wonderful services and programs and physicians and health professionals. You got to have your health and you got to access it. I want you to be there at 90 and 100 and 105 to hear your grandchildren's stories. I want you to come to a hospital like Meridian Park, where if you're having chest pains, they don't have to ship you across town, that they can take care of you right here. I want you to know what the symptoms are. I want you to have healthcare choices my mother didn't have, that I have. How will my aging be different? How will yours? What do all of us need to make our next 30, 40, 50, 60 years of life dramatically different and incredibly wonderful, and especially unforgettable? Happy, healthy, unforgettable, unforgettable. And then, at 64 years of age, I was actually on the West Coast with my niece for her 16th birthday. And my mother died suddenly of a heart attack. Suddenly of a heart attack. The symptoms were different. They're not, you know now, most of you know that heart disease kills more women today than breast cancer. And our symptoms are different. She didn't have that chest pain. She had some Tums in her purse. Her future was taken away from her, the memories she could keep making. You don't have to have that be your story. My mother couldn't know that there was genetic testing for breast cancer, advanced screening to know your risk, like they do here in Meridian Park. She didn't know what the symptoms are with heart disease in women. She didn't know that heart disease was even a factor for women. Right? She didn't know that your hormones can make you wacky and damage your relationships, that it's not just about hot flashes, night sweats, throwing off the covers, that it can be your emotional health, your family relationships, your marriages. She didn't know that. And sometimes, as women, we need a little help figuring out what our choices are to make good choices. To have our house, we must have a sound and discerning mind. I'm not here to tell you to do anything. And although you've got great physicians here and a wonderful hospital, the buck stops with you in terms of what's going on with your health and well-being. You got to have a sound and discerning mind. In my mother's era and our grandmother's era, it was the MD, it was the white coat had the answers. Your physician is your healthcare partner. Talk to them, ask questions, a sound and discerning mind. You got to have a healthcare team you can trust. There are a lot of flakes out there. There's a lot of great holistic providers, traditional physicians as well, but there's a lot of flakes, and there's a lot of weird stuff on the internet. And there's a lot of great information. Sound and discerning mind, figure out who you can trust. And you know what? Now, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I want to borrow it. I'll give it back. You're going to need some abracadabra. You're going to need some magic. Some of the stuff you can't Google. Some of the stuff that only comes from our stories. Here you go, Ken. Thank you. You are the chief controller of your healthcare. Women make 90% of the healthcare decisions, not only for themselves, but guess what? For your whole family. You decide which doctors, which hospitals, what pills, what this, what that, which drugstore. It's up to the women. So you are the chief controller of your healthcare team. Do your homework. Okay. Women get more information from the internet than they do from medical professionals or hospitals. They go there first. Doesn't always have the right answer, but this national surveys show that's where women go first today in this era to get information about their health. They go to the internet. So if you're going to the internet, go to sites you can trust. Personally, I like Mayo. I go to Mayo, the Mayo letter. I like the Mayo letter. I feel like it's vetted. I like Kaiser's information, and there's a few more. But I just don't go to any wacky one off the street and decide that I'm going to take something. If it's something I haven't heard before, I go deeper. I want to know the science. Show me the studies. Show me the research. Get me to it. And you know what? When it comes to who you can enjoy and be with and trust to participate in your health and well-being, ask your girlfriends. They've had an experience, okay? So ask each other. Look to your left, look to the right. Get some advice. Here are the things you want to look for when you're talking to a medical professional. Are they board certified? Where did they train? Where did they train? In the field of hormone health, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit, in the field of hormone health, there are tons of people now getting into it. It's like the era of my mother's day when a plastic surgeon or somebody that wanted to be a plastic surgeon went to the Holiday Inn on a Sunday afternoon and they operate on an orange, and the next week they're on your face, okay? It's some sort of the phenomenon around hormone health today is that physicians, medical professionals, whatever, whomever, or they're going to a weekend workshop and then they're dealing with your hormones. It's intricate endocrinology. You don't learn it in an afternoon. Find out where they trained, how long they've been doing it. Are they board certified in a field that makes them qualified to help you with your health in the field that you're asking them to? And then where's their hospital affiliate? What hospital they're affiliated with? Hospitals like Meridian Park do not have wacko physicians on their medical staff. They do the vetting first. So you know round one is taken care of when you come to a physician that's on the staff of Meridian Park. They've done a lot of homework for you. That's a good thing. And these are things, they're in your handouts. Just ask about this. Find out, how many patients they see, what's the average weight. Again, this onus is on you. But find a doctor who listens, but don't expect miracles. Because when marketing gets ahead of science, your lives are put at risk. Got it? Let me ask you a question. How many of you in here, and you don't have to raise your hand if you don't want to, but how many of you go to a hairdresser? Oh, wait, today they call them stylists. How many of you have a hair stylist? You get your hair cut or colored? Okay, a good bit of you. How many have been going to that same one for more than a year? All right. What if I said to you, there's one next door, she'll cut your hair today. We can just get it done for free. How many of you would go? Okay, we got one taker back there. All right. But here's the deal. When you're establishing a rapport with your physician, your medical professionals, when you're establishing that rapport, you're going to know if you connect with them or not, right? It's going to be based on your experience. I can't do a bullet point with that. But what I can tell you is that today in the healthcare world, when I say managed care, do you know what that means? Let me just give you a soundbite. So in today's healthcare world, if you're an insurance-based clinic or facility, here's the way it works. In our clinic, I'm CEO of our healthcare clinic. We see 100+ patients a day. I've got 5 medical professionals, 3 physicians, 2 nurse practitioners. We made the decision to stay insurance-based so that we can make our care accessible to as many women and men as possible. But what that means, in order for me to break even, I've got 27 employees, an electronic medical record, medical supplies. In order for me to break even, the maximum my medical professionals can spend with a patient is 15 to 20 minutes. Now, if you are a hormone crazy woman and your woo-woo is dry and your brain is all foggy and you're not sure what's going on with all the belly flat, 15 minutes goes by in a nanosecond. Yeah. All right? Yeah. It's not enough. We get that. But the alternative is say we'll spend an hour and a half with you, but we'll charge you $3,000 to $5,000. We made this choice to go the hard way, and it's not enough, and we get that. But we need you to come in. When you come in to see us, we need you to come in with your questions. And we have you tell us about your symptoms on paperwork beforehand. So when you go to see your doctor and you want them to listen, you don't need to vomit all over them. Do your part. Come in with clear questions, a description of your symptoms. Partner with your health professional. Help them. Help you. Help them. Help you. Help them. Help you. I think that you've got so many great programs going on here. I was really excited about the Breast Health Center and the advanced testing for breast cancer risk. That's a really exciting thing, again, that's new in the last decade plus. That's exciting that younger women in their 30s and 40s, 20s, 30s and 40s can find out their risk for breast cancer. Really exciting. And so the hereditary breast, genetic medicine's a whole new deal here. The heart health that I shared, because of my mother's history, that's really near and dear, no pun intended, to my own heart. I found out I don't have the heart disease gene, but I have to watch my risk factors. But I also make sure that I know in every community I'm in where the nearest emergency heart care center is, in case I have to go, because I want to be here.